Sounds like nonsense.
Nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
Now that sounds like nonsense.
That sounds like nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
You know what
to
that
me.
sounds like?
Sounds like
like nonsense.
nonsense.
That sounds like
Sounds like
nonsense.
nonsense.
Sounds like
Is this what it's
nonsense.
gonna sound like?
Sounds like nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
no.
Sounds like nonsense.
It's nonsensical.
And it sounds like this.
Yo.
Yo,
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. What's going on, man?
Mother's Day. This one's for the moms out there.
That's right.
Oh,
Happy Mother's Day.
word. Did you talk to your mom already?
I have not.
Oh, you're gonna do it after?
Definitely.
Maybe during?
Also, definitely not.
Definitely. Oh, come on, buddy. I bet she's got some good jokes.
Oh my goodness.
I,
At some point, possibly. Well, yeah. At some point, I'd be open to this one.
I actually met my mother in the parking lot of the studio to give her her gift
Oh.
and her stuff and said,
And get out quickly
"Get out,
before
go."
they see you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You didn't do that. Did you really do
I
that?
really did that.
Oh, you snuck us?
I said,
Oh, we thought you went
Aren't
pee.
you going to see her, though?
no, she might have coronavirus, so we said forget it.
Oh.
Oh, so you went out there and brought it back in to us?
Well, no, that's why I left it on the car. It's not about me. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Courtney.
Hello, everyone. We're
Hello.
Sounds Like Nonsense podcast. I'm Jeb, your host. On the number 2s is Mr. Will Ridge. My wife, Courtney, over here. Number 3, last but not least, is Mr. Jeff from Raleigh, North Carolina. How's everyone doing this week? Holding up still?
Yeah?
Very good.
Quarantining still?
Excellent.
What's that?
Excellent.
Oh, I thought
Oh.
you said Lent, and
I
I was
did
like,
too.
what?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, that's cool.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
We did tacos, right? Did we do tacos?
We did.
We did do
We
tacos.
scrapped what we were going to do and did tacos.
That's right. Stroganoff. That was what we were going to have, and that is not very Cinco de Mayo.
But it was still delicious the next day.
Sure.
Good
Yeah.
girl.
Would you guys do tacos too, or cervezas?
No, no, I didn't.
Neat.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was going to say something that I saw. It's funny that on Cinco de Mayo was on Taco Tuesday, and what was letting us not enjoy it was a disease called Corona.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there was a lot of good memes again this week.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, and then the tarantula hawk thing too this week popped up. I don't know. I mean, not tarantula hawk. I was going to
Murder.
say murder hornets.
Killer hornets.
Yeah, because and I was going to say it doesn't matter that much because we already have tarantula hawks and those things are deadly.
Yeah.
Not deadly, but you know,
Ugly.
they bite.
Yeah.
And they would hurt. I had one land on me at the lake.
Oh, yeah, I
I
remember.
karate
that.
chopped its legs right off, like a ninja. It hit me in the back of the leg. I had no idea. I just smacked and then looked, and it's huge. It's so scary looking.
Yeah.
Even with half its legs gone, it was still crawling at me. It's like, you know, it wanted me.
Well, he thought you were a tarantula.
You think
To
so?
finish him.
I did. I smushed him. I was not gonna. No, dude, that thing does not deserve to live. I watched some dumbass on YouTube get bit by one of those fucking murder hornets this week too. It did not look pleasant.
No, that did not.
Rather than squish him, I think you get a couple popsicle sticks and you put them up there like Christ and leave him as an example for all the others. Like, yeah, don't come my way.
Whoa.
What happens?
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, maybe
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
What?
It is Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So so we can't call your mom then, Will?
Oh no, she's already gone.
Yeah, but she has a phone.
She's not very talented at speaking. And clearly, you might not either. But I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what else happened this week? What's new?
Yeah,
Courtney, what happened? What did you do?
I'm going to talk about it in my segment.
Oh, so no catching up for you?
No catching up for me. I mean, I work all the time, so that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah. Jeff went out for a nice walk last week. Did you get a walk in this week?
Went out with the walk with my buddy Rocco again. It was great. This time we went by the governor's mansion, cruised downtown, little loop. Again, fresh air. It was just nice to be out.
Yeah. Yep.
By the way, it's gorgeous here too.
Yeah, we went out to the lake a couple times, played horseshoes.
Yeah.
Little Riley update. He started playing horseshoes since he's 15 now.
Okay.
Yeah, so he threw his first ringers. So proud. Very proud dad moment for me.
Yes.
I was very excited. Overly excited. Ben had to tell me to calm down. He was like, just settle down.
Was that always a family policy? No playing horseshoes until he was 15?
Yeah, that
No,
was
he-
a weird way to say it. Now that he's 15 now.
Well, because he couldn't do it before. I've tried to get him to play a bunch of times before, but he couldn't.
Didn't have the muscles.
He didn't have the muscles, right?
Okay, I understand.
I mean, it took a minute, but second day in, he was throwing ringers, and we beat him. Team Boudet, so it's not bad.
That's very good. You should be proud. I'm happy.
I was proud. You know what I wasn't proud of?
What's that?
When he tried to buy underwear this week.
I was there for that.
Yeah. Yeah, second time. He's such a fucking dingus sometimes.
Oh, that's funny.
He's been complaining about underwear. Whatever. We could get onto his chony situation, but took him to the store. He went and got it himself. He should be able to do that. I just checked out. He helped me check out. Get into the car. He bought undershirts again. This is the second time he's done that. No underwear, undershirts. And he's like, why is the guy in his underwear on the package?
Well, to be true, the guy was in his underwear on the package, but they were really highlighting.
He was also in the shirt.
He was also in the shirt, which they were definitely highlighting. Like, zoom in. Yeah, he did have a little bit of little underwear this small in the corner.
But it still says shirts on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he freezes up on some of these things still. You know,
That was a freeze moment for sure.
I told him to get a second grocery cart the other day. We had so many groceries, and he couldn't do it. He just sat there like, I'm not allowed to get another cart. And I was like, it's okay.
Oh, wow.
And then he walked away and came back, and he was all, nah, can't do it. And the bagger was like, go get another cart. It's okay.
Wow.
Whatever, dude. So
strange times.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I know it might be a little bit early to jump into paranormal stuff, but since it's Mother's Day, maybe we call my grandma and see if we can get a story out of her.
That would be fantastic.
I don't know.
She's not going to be able to hear us because she has a hard time hearing just you. So just everybody understand
Hey,
that.
we can always.
I could enjoy a good story.
I think that she'll be able to hear Will. I've got a feeling.
Okay.
Oh, really?
You're loud.
Am I?
Oh, that's
of course
true.
you're loud.
That's true. Yes.
Am I loud?
Yes. You and Jeb, like, gosh, even when you're whispering, you're like, I'm just whispering.
That's not true. I whisper
No,
like this.
no, you don't.
I whisper like this.
You
All right,
whisper
let's hear it.
and you can
Let's
hear
hear
it across the room.
Let's hear your whisper.
Okay, whisper.
I'm whispering right now. God.
I can whisper pretty good. No?
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
yeah, but no, that's not how you whisper.
Welcome to my paranormal segment.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's segment. This is going to be actually from a guest from the East Coast. It's going to be from Mall, Jeb's grandmother, who has a wonderful story to talk to you about, and we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you. Damn it. Let's do it again.
Your mom isn't taking your call on
Hello,
Mother's Day?
darling.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi. What you up to?
We're on our little podcast thing that we started. Remember I was telling you about that?
About what?
The podcast? Like the radio show kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
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 So we're calling you from that right now.
Oh, okay.
Say hello, everyone. Say
Hi, Mama.
hi to Mama.
Hi, Mama.
Happy Grandma's Day.
This is Mama's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do this. I don't want to take up too much time. We only have a couple minutes here, but we do a little paranormal segment on here, and I was wondering if you would want to share a story or two
About the old house.
About what?
about some paranormal, spooky stuff.
Creepy stuff?
Yeah, like your old house.
Well, okay. When you were firstborn, you were about a month old, 6 weeks old, and Teresa and I put you in the dining room, and there was a sliding door, and we slid that door almost to, and we were sitting in the kitchen and waiting to see if you'd wake up. We were so paranoid something would happen to you. And I said, well, let's go sit in the family room. He'll be okay. And we heard this creaking like that door open. That door was kind of swelled, and it would make a noise.
It was like a pocket door.
And we ran in there, and your blanket was pulled to the other side of the room. And so
Dun, dun, dun.
Teresa said, we thought it was Greg, my son, that had been killed. And Teresa said, Greg, you leave him alone.
Oh my God. I didn't know that.
So that's about you.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when you guys are building the house, you saw like green lights and stuff?
Oh, yes. When we had to stay out there because every time they delivered something, somebody would go out there at night and steal it. So we had to stay out there when there were no windows and no doors, and we stayed there. And one night we heard this noise down by the pond, and we looked out, and there was lights shining all around the pond. And
this
we
is in the
didn't know
middle
what
of
to do.
nowhere. You guys are way out.
Yes, and this was out in the boondocks. In fact, people asked us if we were building a monkey house. But anyway, Eddie said to me, my husband, said, your grandpa, said, you stay here, and I'll run and get the car and try to go get help.
Yeah,
Been
right.
like, no, thank you.
Right.
I said, no, I'm not staying here. So it hovered over there for a while, and then it left.
Oh, so you got aliens and ghosts. What else? Anything
Yes.
else?
Aliens and ghosts.
That's
and,
fantastic.
No, nothing. Well, we were sitting one night in the family room. We had the family room on one side of the wing of the house and the living room on the other side. And we heard, we were watching TV in the family room, and we heard glass breaking. And Eddie said, your grandpa said, they're in on us. Somebody has broken in on us. And we ran in there to see, and there was nobody. And nothing had
Spooky.
fallen to make that noise. We could find nothing to make that noise. So 2 weeks later, somebody broke into the house and came in that door and broke that pane of glass.
Wow.
And
That's wild. That just gave me. I didn't know that one either.
That's
we thought that the house was built on Indian grounds.
Yeah, this is old Florida, in the middle
Yeah,
of the groves.
old Florida, and we thought that it was built on Indian grounds, and the living room was always like 10 degrees colder than the rest of the house, and your mom and dad would not come in or go in the house unless we were there.
yeah.
But nothing ever bothered me, but my son, we felt him all the time there.
Yeah.
After he was killed. So it was a experience living there. Yeah.
And you no longer live there?
Happen.
No, she doesn't live there anymore. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And
No.
now you don't really have spooky stuff happening anymore, right?
Pardon?
You don't have spooky stuff happening anymore, right?
Oh no, nothing at this house.
Yeah.
But the people I went out there, I took some of the relatives out there to see it a couple of years ago, and they said he's still there.
Whoa. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
People
said he
through the
wasn't
years have said, the different owners have said that they experienced
still
things.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, experience things. So they feel him, and she said when they moved in he wasn't happy at all, but she said now we get along okay.
That is creepy. I don't think Courtney would stick around. Courtney
No,
would-
I told Jeb that if we ever bought a haunted house, I would immediately move out. Like that's just I don't deal with no.
You don't.
What did she say?
She said if we ever bought a haunted house that we would move out immediately.
I would.
She would. She'd leave me there.
I'm out.
She would leave me there for sure.
Oh, I cried when we left because I was leaving Greg behind. I could tell
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that he
that-
didn't
that
go
would be
with
sad.
us, and I cried. And Eddie said, if you'd wanted to stay here, why didn't you tell me? You know, he said we didn't have. You know. I said it's not. He said if you love that house that much, he said we could have stayed here. And I said it's not the house, it's Greg. I said he's not going with us.
No.
And I could tell.
Oh.
And your mom had experiences with him all the time. Like she could feel him breathing over, and he'd sit down on the bed. The bed would go down, and she'd tell him to leave her alone. And he had that was in the hippie days, and he had long curly hair.
Yeah.
And he was always brushing it, trying to make it look straight.
Oh, I remember this.
And we could hear his brush lay down in the bathroom.
Oh,
I know.
jeez.
I know. It's so creepy. My mom has ghost stories too from the house I grew up in.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like them.
I don't like him, huh? Yeah.
So, Grandma,
Well-
let's if you don't mind, we have to go here in a second, but I do want to ask you for your favorite joke before we go. Do you have a go-to joke?
A favorite joke?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! On the spur of the moment.
I know that's so hard, isn't it?
I can think of one. Favorite joke.
It can't be racist.
I guess I just can't think of one. They're practically all mine. Okay, I'll tell this one.
Okay.
This it was during church, and the preacher noticed when they got up to sing, this man leaned toward the woman in front of him, and she turned around and smacked him. And so they sat back down, and the next time they got up to sing a song, she reached back and smacked him again. So the preacher asked him when he left, he said, "What was she smacking you for?" And he said, "Well, her dress was in her crack, and I pulled it out for her." And he said, "So I thought she was so mad about it, I'd put it back."
Very good.
That's awesome. Grandma, I love you. Thank you for playing along. I'm going to call you when we're done with this, okay?
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh, what a doll.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm glad that she was...
And she had that joke.
Yeah, dude, that was a great joke.
Oh, man.
It's better than my brother's last week.
For sure.
Still not as good as Riley's.
No.
Yeah, he's still winning for the moment.
That was awesome.
Yeah, man. Do we want to get... Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
For the listening audience, all those experience, what state did they happen in?
That was Florida.
Just to make sure that everybody's clear on that,
Yeah.
because that's not happening everywhere. And it seems to happen a lot in Florida.
Yeah. Well,
What's interesting is that most people that I hear stories about are mostly stories of the bed moving, sitting down. I felt like somebody was sitting down next to me. When I hear other ghost stories, I hear the same stuff of, what I'm trying to relate is that she doesn't know my aunt who had the same story of the bed. So there's something out there, right? I mean, they're not just, people aren't making this up. They believe in it.
I believe in ghosts. I believe in most paranormal things. So,
So I'm just saying, like with this.
I don't know about Champ, but yeah.
Well, anyways, what do you think about, or do you believe in ghosts, Courtney?
Yeah,
You do?
I do.
Have you seen a ghost?
No, but just like Jeb, like with his grandma, my granddad told me ghost stories and stuff, and I don't know, man. It's like when, like you said last time, like when somebody that close to you says something, like you take a little bit more stock in it.
Exactly, I agree with you. Now, Jeff, what do you think? I mean, you ever seen, heard, touched, acted a ghost? Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Oh my!
All right.
I thought you would.
I want to believe, but I appreciate people's passion.
Yeah.
But you do believe in Bigfoot?
No.
No. Oh, okay. All right.
I want to believe.
I mean, I
I'd
agree
love
with
for
you.
that to be true.
I'm done with that. No place for hate speech on this podcast, Jeff.
Dream of a place far away with no more tears and no more pain. Tell me, is this real? Can you tell me, am I breathing? coming home. Tell the saints that we are coming home. Fought the battle, war is won. The day has come, our task is done. Tell the saints that we are coming home. Tell the saints that we are coming home. Tell the saints that we are coming home. Fought the battle, war is won. Day has come, our task is done. Tell the saints that we are coming home. We are coming. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Now it's time for
Sportney
Sportney segment.
Yeah. So
I just got a text from you.
yeah.
I just got a text from you.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. That was important.
All right. So yeah, my segment this week, I found out that my great uncle died, and so I went to Spotify to listen to the song that I wrote for my grandpa when he died, because it just makes me feel better, and I actually like writing that song was very therapeutic for me. But my great uncle and my grandpa were really, really close, so that's why it just kind of took me into that zone. But what was really cool is after I listened to that, the next song that came up was Frank Turner's song, Be More Kind.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's
I
a
was
great song.
listening to that song and thinking about my great uncle and like, oh my gosh, he left a legacy of humor and kindness and compassion. Like all his kids are the same way. They're just really genuinely good people. And so it got me thinking to what do I want my legacy to be? So that's my segment is it's two parts. Because I know Jeb's answer, but I'm curious. What song would you want to be played at your funeral?
Oh.
And what do you want your legacy to be when you're gone?
Ooh, that is very good questions. I don't know. I'm gonna say, Jeff, you're up, buddy.
Yeah,
Let's see.
sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Batter's up. I was not expecting that on a Mother's Day
I
Sunday.
know, I'm sorry, but it happened in my week.
Okay, well, it's interesting. I like it. But
What song at my funeral? I mean,
Well,
you
I know yours. You told me the other day.
What?
Don't
wait.
worry, be happy.
Oh yeah, don't worry, be happy. Hell yeah.
that's a pretty good
I
one.
love that song.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
People are going to be dancing regardless.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna be stoked.
yeah.
They're like, you didn't have to tell us.
Yeah.
We already knew. Thanks, Bobby.
We're already happy.
Yeah.
McFerrin.
What was the second part of the question?
What legacy do you want? Like, how do you want people to remember you when you go?
I guess my legacy is Riley.
Right, but like in
right? Or-
yeah, exactly. When like what I said is like my great uncle, like all his kids are very kind and compassionate and humorous people. Like
Yeah, I guess I would just be.
Like your philosophy. Like,
Yeah.
I would just like for people to not be happy about it that I died. That's all.
okay,
I guess that's why I would double down with the song. Just like, come on,
That's good.
you know. I don't know.
I like it.
All right, Jeff, you've had time to think. What do you think now?
oh no,
Oh.
he cut
Just
out.
step back. Oh. How about now?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're back.
good.
Yep, I just saw that it was showing a connection failure, so hopefully we hang on. Oh boy. I would have to
No.
Oh no.
go down. Go ahead. It's my favorite. Yep,
Radiohead.
Yep,
Radiohead.
absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
but which one? Because you cut out for a second.
Let Down.
Oh.
Let down.
Okay.
All right, write this down. Jeff's pretty old, so we
I
need to take
know.
notes.
Well,
He's the
yeah,
healthiest one out of all of us, though.
I know totally.
by far.
And then your legacy.
Just decency.
Yeah.
Tried to be, tried to try.
He
Tried to try. All
Wait, would
right.
you say do better, be better, Courtney?
Yes, I would say do better, be better. I don't know who said that. I just heard it recently, and I'm like, oh, I like that.
You just I'll plagiarize it for the podcast.
No,
Perfect.
I'm not plagiarizing. I'm just.
It
saying
feels
what I
like
heard.
it.
I'll find who says it, and then I will give them full.
That's right, girl.
Credit.
You go get him, girl.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Will, what about you? Would you play one of your own songs?
Oh,
here?
yeah. That's exactly what I would do.
Hell of a woman.
Hell of a woman.
He was hell of a woman.
He was one hell of a woman. Drinking. When I die, I want like the world to literally stop. Like if a dolphin's in midair, I want it to just stop. Like the death.
All
Will
right.
died, and it's everyone's just so sad and so.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't give a shit, really. Honestly, I want to be maybe buried upside down with my feet sticking out.
So everyone can kiss your ass?
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
I don't know. And my legacy is don't eat too many hot dogs. Or,
Oh,
that's a
really?
good one,
Okay.
right?
I don't know. Hot dogs are pretty rad.
I don't eat too many of them.
I don't.
Will Ridge.
That's
Okay,
gonna be
that's
the name
gonna
of
be a
your next
quote.
album.
That's gonna go on
Don't
Instagram.
eat too many hot dogs.
Okay.
God. Well, anyways, that's mine. So
All right.
All right.
Okay.
What else you got going, Court?
Could be the first T-shirt from the show.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I mean that was what I had. Oh, and also last week I called the Hook and Press donut place a cupcakery like a million times. I have
She
no
called
idea
them the donuts cupcakes the entire time.
the entire time except until like somebody else started saying donuts. So I apologize. They are a donut shop, not a cupcakery.
We
so.
still don't know what hook has to do with it, but
I think it has like how they
hook
get
that
the
when
hook.
you pull
yeah,
the donut out
the
of the
donut
oil.
out. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I was thinking about it.
it was very good, though.
I mean, I'm sure it's
They
online.
were delicious.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well then, I did send you, as Jeff pointed out, a text. I was hoping that Courtney could read one for us.
Oh, jeez.
But they can't be real, right?
I don't, you never know with the internet, but it's funny to think that it is.
Sure.
Maybe grab that NASA one, Courtney. That was more up your
I
alley.
don't see the NASA one.
Yeah, it should be right there.
Then woman loses NASA internship after Twitter fight
Yeah.
with member of Space Council.
Yeah.
Okay,
What
that's
did she
all
say?
I see.
What did she say on it?
I got accepted for a NASA internship.
No, it says everyone shut the
Oh,
fuck up.
I thought that
got
was the
accepted for a
name.
NASA internship.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
And someone
This
jumps
is a
in.
weird thing because I'm looking at the okay.
Yeah, so someone jumps in, Homer Hickman here, and he says language. And Naomi, who just got that internship, says, "Suck my dick and my balls. I'm working at NASA." And old Homer jumps in and says, "And I'm on the National Space Council that oversees NASA."
Oh, dang.
Suck my dick and my
Laugh loud.
balls. Oh my god, dude.
Wow.
Good lord.
And then underneath you see the top stories.
That's what I was looking
girl
at. I was like,
loses,
what?
woman lost it. Oh my god. That's so fucking awesome.
Oh, see, that's people. Everything that you put online stays like.
You should trade lines next time and read. One person reads one line,
Yeah,
the other
for
person
sure,
reads
but-
the response.
Oh my
bring it to life a
gosh.
little. Because
Oh.
Jebediah, you really brought that, gave it some legs.
Yeah, no,
I
you're
was
right.
believing it.
Next time. Jeff, why don't you read this next one for us?
Yeah.
If it's working.
I don't think I should because I seem to be going a little in and out.
All right. Well,
Okay.
the gay stuff we can just pop over to Will. Go ahead. For no,
Okay, see, this is what I don't believe, but I would like to believe.
The picture shows a big, hairy, muscular man. Very hairy.
With a cigar and military dog tag.
Kind of looks like Sabretooth from X-Men back in the day.
And the headline is Bum for Burgling. Bum for burgling. Hopeless thieves break into a home of America's most prolific gay sex predator. 2 men attempt to theft in a gay house. What is happening to me?
I love hearing you read
God,
these things.
Lord. 2 professional thieves in the United States broke into a Florida man's house to rob. Unfortunately, they picked the wrong house, as the owner was a giant gay rapist. See, this is like Mad Libs. This is not real.
Well, no, this looks like it's from a tabloid.
Yeah,
That's-
well, this is a tabloid.
Yeah, but
The notorious gay sex predator tied the 2 men, age 54 and 36, and raped them for 5 days. A neighbor heard the men's crying and called the police. The coincidences,
consequences.
oh, that's right, consequences left the thieves physically and emotionally damaged.
Where do you find this stuff?
Coincidentally.
I have weird friends. This is just every day these are popping up. And I used to text on to Will every morning, but since we started doing this podcast, I'm saving some of them.
I
so-
do appreciate it.
I did send you a couple this morning that were too dirty for the podcast. That says it all.
Guess
right
I don't need coffee.
Yeah.
And for the record, this also took place
In Florida.
In Florida, yeah. Yeah, there's a theme. Speaking of which, we're talking to some guys from Florida just a little bit later. Dairrokan, they're going to be coming on to speak with us, some of the homeboys from back in the day. Also from Florida.
Also,
I don't know if they're connected to this. I'm not saying that for sure, but they
Right.
could
Yeah,
be.
that was a weird transition.
They could be. That's all I'm
Just
saying.
saying.
And they're still in Florida.
They are. Yeah.
Wow, those
Yeah.
are fantastic memes. I
You're
really
you're
appreciate
welcome for that, everybody.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Let's try to do some Rally and Valley. What do we think? Think we can get down with it?
Super easy.
Okay.
A group of about 11 mostly armed demonstrators protesting the stay-at-home order marched around and ordered sandwiches at Subway.
That is Valley. That's what we talked about this last week. There's a Subway right across from the park.
Yeah,
That's my call. I'm going Valley.
I'm going Valley.
I'm going Valley.
Because it is.
that's where they protest was right in front of the Subway sandwich.
3 for 3. 3 for 3.
Nice.
You're all wrong.
Oh!
Whoa!
I don't even know if the Subway is open. I should have checked my facts.
No, it's open.
Really? That's Valley
Coast
again.
represent.
Man.
Yeah.
Armed.
I haven't even had to go outside, go to, use Louisiana or nothing yet. These are the easy ones.
Well,
Hey.
protesters get hungry too.
It's hard. It's hard being a dick all day. Fucking carrying around your stupid fucking vest and
Okay,
guns.
moving along.
Like I said, our friends and neighbors, we love them. They're my homies. Whatever, to each their own. But I still get to call you a dummy if I want to.
And you can still eat at Subway.
Yeah, whatever. Eat fresh. Tastes great. Wait.
What?
I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ. Hey everyone, it's Jeb here. I just wanted to pop in real quick, let you know that we had some technical issues, so the audio sounds just a little bit funny for the next couple minutes, but it doesn't last very long, so bear with us. Thanks. Okay, hey, real quick, because I wanted to talk about this earlier and I just forgot. Did you guys see that 5-year-old kid driving to go buy himself a Lamborghini?
I saw something like that.
The video? No. Do you guys even know what I'm talking about?
The cop pulled him over.
Utah to California.
Yeah. So this little kid, his mom wouldn't let him get a Lamborghini, 5-year-old, and I guess his older sibling is watching him, babysitting him, or supposed to be. Next thing you know, from the video that you can see, highway patrol sees a car swerving, a car's trying to get around, and they thought maybe something's wrong with them, whatever, like maybe they're impaired, or they said medical emergency. They thought that he was drunk. But so they pull him over, and this kid, he pulls this fucking SUV over. It was pretty impressive. When you find out that's this little 5-year-old kid, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to California, you gotta get a Lamborghini.
What?
He was on the freeway. Somehow he merged.
Oh my gosh.
He was in the fast lane.
But then he was swerving all around.
Yeah, and he wasn't even swerving that bad. It was like, kind of like, it looked like he was drunk.
Right.
Did he show him his license?
Yeah.
His library card?
His library
He's
card.
almost
People
6.
don't have library cards anymore.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's crazy, man.
That was insane.
What do you think the repercussions were for him?
Well, for his mom and stuff, you know, like.
Yeah, I bet that older sibling got an ass whooping.
Well, yeah.
You know, you're supposed to be watching your brother. He stole the vehicle and went on the highway.
I bet he didn't get the Lamborghini.
No, but it's been pretty good advertisement for them. Wouldn't it be bitching if they sent him one?
It would be. Oh my gosh, they should.
That would be the best.
Put your child heart into it.
Until he's whatever.
All right. So we also earlier this week we were talking, and for our question of the week, like I said, if you could see any band, you know, dead or alive right now. I mean, we're all stuck in quarantine. Everyone's itching to go see concerts. Like, who would it be, and why? I guess. And I'm gonna throw it over to Jeff to start, and I'm gonna guess.
I
Radiohead?
started first last time. It's Will's turn.
Okay, you heard him.
Mozart. I would love to see him.
I thought you were gonna
Whoa.
say something like that.
Really?
I really did. You went for museums last time.
Oh, I'm not trying to be this prestigious
Yeah, you
asshole.
No.
But wouldn't that be amazing to see Mozart? I
Yeah.
mean, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Pretentious?
Is that the right word?
Pretentious, yeah.
Pretentious?
Pretentious
Pretentious.
asshole.
Well, I'm not trying to go
You
like,
got it with asshole, though.
yeah, yeah. I wasn't trying to be like, oh, museums and Mozart. Ooh, Mona Lisa and the Louvre.
Dark
Ooh,
Watchers.
Doc, what the
I'm just
Give me a glass of wine.
kidding. But that would be bitching.
It would be bitching.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? How about this? Mozart doing Little Richard.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was sad. I mean, he's old as fuck, but Little Richard was badass.
Yeah, he was.
Fucking, there was some great quote.
Tutti
shit.
Frutti? Oh, Rudy.
That was not the
That's
quote.
not the quote?
No, somebody said that punk rock was invented by a gay man from the South playing piano, something like that. I know I've just watched that. I feel like it might be like Joe Strummer or somebody said. I can't quite remember.
Courtney,
Anyhow,
get your...
yeah, Courtney.
Oh man, this is hard. Well, I mean, if what they're saying, what they're trying to do happens at Punk Rock Bowling, I would love to see Operation Ivy.
Ooh, good one. Yeah, well, they're trying. That I don't think that'll ever
Yeah,
happen.
but I mean, I would love to see that.
I wish I would have thought of that. That was good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bob Marley is my first pick.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good one too.
You know,
Yeah.
he did his last show here at the Bowl in Santa Barbara. I've watched it. It's on YouTube. You can see it. It was awesome. And
Damn it.
yeah,
That's a good one.
Bob Marley was
That
really
is
good.
really
All right, what up, Jeff?
Oh, you ready for it?
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can do this.
G.G. Allen.
Oh, Gigi Allen.
Yeah. Get your hands in it. Rub it all over your face.
Oh,
Ugh, nasty, dude.
no, thank you.
I don't know that I want to ask him for a second pick.
It's no Mozart. Sorry.
No,
It's
it's kind
definitely
of the
not much-
opposite of that. Yeah.
There's a good documentary out. Did you see it recently?
Yeah, but Mozart,
Oh, yeah.
he likes farts, he likes buttness. He wrote a song about anal stuff. So
What?
he's
Yeah.
also weird, yeah.
He likes buttness.
You know, like oh no, one of the songs is "Lick My Asshole."
What?
I swear, I'm not making the. I'm not trying to be pretentious on this. But Mozart wrote a song about licking his butt. So Gigi Allen,
I don't
and
believe you.
if you don't believe me, I'm going to smoke it right now. I don't know what I'm smoking, but I'm going to tell you, Gigi Allen and Mozart are kind of similar because he does scat figurines, right? Gigi Allen, and Mozart has his butt licked. I'm not like.
Okay.
I'm not trying to sound pretentious, but Mozart licks butts.
But I just.
Now
don't
that's a
believe
bumper
you.
sticker.
Yeah.
It's
And
a bumper sticker,
if
but
it's
I don't
true,
believe
if it's true, and I'm going to look it up if it's true,
Yep.
we're putting a bumper sticker on your
you.
car.
No, not on my car. I'm
All right, we're back. Last week we were talking about having to watch a shitty show, and we picked Love Is Blind on Netflix, and indeed it is shitty.
Qualified.
I fucking hated it.
Verified.
I don't know that I would have been able to get through the whole fucking thing without Courtney being there, because we were able to cap on it and laugh ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But we also got a good laugh out of Will having to watch it by himself and
Yeah,
imagining the stress and turmoil.
There was some sweat going on. Lots of
Will
sweat.
Will even has a small notebook,
I know.
He's a
and
professional.
so I think we should go to Will for Will. Can you give us a quick, just little brief overview of what this show is?
All right. Love is Blind. Again, it's not my favorite show, let alone I wasn't very happy watching it. But apparently, I kind of do like the concept, and that is you're going to be married to a person without even knowing what they look like. Is the actual concept. But you get to have discussions of talking to them. You get to be intimate with these conversations through 2 different rooms, but you can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this goes on for weeks or maybe months, but I'm not sure. I only watched the first episode. But somebody proposed in the first episode. I mean, it's just such horse
Which
shit.
is ridiculous.
It's all fake shit. I get it, but it's
You
still
should jump to the ending of the episode. That's good.
Well, are you skipping ahead? Are you cheating?
Huh?
Wait a minute. I had my headphones off for a half second. What did you say?
No, he said skip to the end of the episode for the recap.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
I guess the recap, they got married, right?
No,
I didn't get
no
married
one
yet.
got married,
Mm-mm.
but one couple did decide to.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah,
I'm
we're
actually kind of suggesting we don't skip to the very end of the episode when we're just talking about what the show's about. But we can do this. We're already here.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
okay.
I mean, what? Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the whole fucking thing was just. I mean, it's got to be staged, probably.
Well, all those reality.
I think the
shows
people
are.
that like these shows are horrible people too.
Well,
What did you like about it?
what I liked about it, the one guy was a scientist. His name was Cameron. And here's his quote.
He worked for NASA.
No, he didn't.
No, but here's his quote. It's removing the variables of race and
Keep going. Keep going. Fight it.
What's the word? Your ethnicities and background, and most of all,
Oh,
physical
ethnicity.
appearance.
Okay.
Ethnicities.
Ethnicities.
Ethnicity.
Yeah. Okay. Ethnicity.
And then most of all, and I loved it, is physical appearance. And that's interesting because you don't know about their race. You don't know about anything. You have to get to know about them.
Well, that one guy was like, I could tell you're black, like right out of the gate.
Yeah,
That was just.
You're like, oh, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, no, the lady was like, next.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff? What did you think?
Wow. Well, just the concept is great. They're all fired up on it. They show the opening montages of people saying, if I have an opportunity to meet somebody who's actually serious about getting married, why wouldn't I say yes to this chance?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's 10 crazy women, 10 crazy guys ranging from 24 to 36. They just go into pod dating for about an hour or half hour based on just trying to piece together what we're learning from the show. And people are falling in love early.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the
It's a recipe for a train wreck of a show.
Yes, it is a recipe for a train wreck for sure.
and everyone likes that one douchey guy. I don't know his name. I didn't.
Brenton, Barton.
Some
Yeah?
shit like
Is
that.
it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Barnett.
something-
Barnett.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Yeah.
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 And the girls that like him too. Fuck them too. Like.
So,
I just hate these.
What
people
about if
so
you had a
much.
question to answer a woman that you potentially would like to marry? What would that question be?
Oh, interesting.
What was that?
Jeff, if you saw a woman that you were going to marry, not saw, but you were in a situation
Yeah,
of
if
a
you were
woman.
in a pod,
If you were in a pod, what would be one of give me a question you would ask her?
like a deal breaker question.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
It would be a 2-part question. I have to
Okay.
Of
think
course.
about it. Well,
Most of your questions are 2-part, just so you know.
you want to set it up because you want to. I've got it because I do a bunch of interviews, so I know exactly. I'm just trying to think of the question.
Oh.
Mine would be,
Okay.
do you like anal and can you change a tire? That would be mine too.
That would be mine too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you could be successful on this show, Will.
Yeah, well, I'm too old.
You got a nice voice though.
Okay, but Jeff, what were you? You almost were there. What was your question?
Dun, dun, dun.
Tell me, tell me about your best friend. What are the qualities
Oh,
and characteristics of this individual that that you admire, or that why do you consider them your best friend?
I like it.
So
Very good
that's
question.
the easy half,
I like it.
because they're talking about somebody that they love, and now then the flip of that would be, now tell me about somebody who you don't have a good relationship with, who you have a bad relationship with, and what are the qualities in that individual? Because what I'm looking for is, are they fair to that person, or do they just go on a shit show on them? Do they just
Man.
unload?
This is why I love talking to you about complex things, because you always come from an angle of like wisdom of like, okay, that's so smart to figure out who they love and talking about like the qualities, but then also like the opposite side of that. That's
My
crazy.
questions was, do you like anal, and can you change a tire?
No, I know.
Yep, there we go.
This is a pretty.
And somewhere in between there,
Yeah.
Will and I make one smart person. Between the two of us, we're a force to be reckoned with.
Well, that's the next show that we have to
Oh, boy.
create
I
is
know.
you and Will dating the same person.
I want to.
No. Oh my god.
That's pretty good. One more thing, I just want to let you know, this is true. I'm out here,
And then it turns out it's me and drag the whole time.
Oh, dun, dun, dun.
Whoa.
Just joking. I want to say this, and this is real. This is a real thing. Stacy said, "Oh my God, you're going to be making fun of blind people."
Oh.
I swear to God.
Oh.
And then I thought she was joking, because I'm like, she's got to be
No,
joking.
yeah.
And then she came in and goes, "Don't be a douchebag and make fun of people that can't see trying to find love."
Oh,
And I'm
my
all,
God.
oh my
is a
God.
little confusing. Oh my gosh, yeah, totally. That could be.
Well, you know what Courtney said while we were watching it?
Oh, geez.
You guys are going to love this. She said, this is a show for people who stayed in school. I'm not sure what that means, but I was like,
Okay, let me explain. So you said that I would be drinking lemonade because I would want to stay in my head, which he's totally right. He gets me. Like, I wouldn't
Oh,
want to be
instead of drinking alcohol.
I would not drink alcohol.
Because we were like, the
Oh,
people that
sorry.
were drinking booze.
Yeah,
like,
they're drinking booze.
get
They're going
loose.
in there, and I'm like, nope. I'm keeping my head on straight. I'm gonna go in, with lemonade. Fine.
like an educated person.
So he pegged me there, but then I was like, but yeah, actually, like if I showed up, first of all, I wouldn't do that, but if I did, I'd be like, you know what? I'm out. Like I'm out of here. Like just like high school. Like I'm like, okay, this isn't working for me. I'm leaving this school and going to another one. And Jeb did the same thing. So I'm like, no, this is for people who liked to do the whole prom. I never went to a prom.
Pep rally.
Pep
Can
rally,
you imagine
like-
Courtney had a fucking pep rally?
Look at this face. This face did not go to a pep rally.
No.
I was not peppy.
There is no
And that's
pep
what I'm
in that
looking for
face.
in a mate right there.
Yeah. No pep to your step.
I was like, so what do you think about football games? She was like, I don't know. I don't fucking do that. Boom.
No.
Yeah. All right. So it's next week, I guess we got to fucking watch more. I don't know how long it
I
is.
feel like we could
It
stop
feels like
there. I don't feel like we need to watch a whole season. I don't
I'm
know.
good with that. Yeah. I am.
Oh yeah.
You-
Oh, we're going all the way through with this.
Okay.
I think
okay.
you-
And I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
I am
No fast forwarding.
most certainly not.
Do
looking
you
for
get
it.
clipped or voted off on this show?
I think they vote themselves off and they say,
Well, if you
I
notice,
don't know. I don't know how it
like-
fucking works yet.
well,
I guess
I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember the ending. I guess.
No, they were just like, oh, it's going to happen. Like, they were finally going to, the first dumb couple that said
Yeah.
yes, they were going to get married. We're going to see each other.
He made me
for the first
cry.
time.
We were so emotional.
So for anybody listening who hasn't actually seen the show, it's
if you
a
want
bunch
to
of
start
singles
with us,
meeting, and then the objective is to get married by the day 38. It's a 38-day experiment.
which is interesting in itself.
You get engaged from the pod, and then once you get engaged, you actually get to meet
Oh, he broke
that
up
person,
again.
and then you keep living with that person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to figure out your
So
connection issue, buddy.
well, I think it's ours
Yeah.
because it's our internet. But if you are listening to this podcast and you want to jump in with us, I mean, for the ride,
Yeah,
let's
if
go.
you want to, and then write in and, share your pain.
yeah, share your thing that you took away from it, like the quote or whatever.
It takes a little something from you each time.
It's
you watch
kind of, but it's kind of like it would be a good high school science project. That's a good concept in the sense, right?
guess.
TV wise,
It's a great experiment.
Yeah,
It's
great
a great experiment. But
Yeah.
I also feel like they picked people for TV
Oh.
because like they're like, oh, like you don't know if they're ugly or whatever. Everyone there is like freaking beautiful. It's
Of course,
not, you
there's
know,
not
like it's
Jack the plumber going. So
yeah,
hey.
they didn't pick like normal people like us.
And if your name is
I
Jack
don't
and you're a
know.
plumber, I really think you're essential, and I apologize. I wasn't using you as a badge. I don't know. Anyways,
Oh God.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there's no models on there either.
What I thought.
They're good looking 24 to 36-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean they're all
That's-
good looking. They're all good
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, they're not like us, man. They're
But they're-
not like the normal people here.
But like their personalities make them so fucking ugly.
Well, and also it goes down to editing too, right? Because it's like it's up to the editor to make them appear any certain way. So, anyways,
yeah. Well.
Well,
like-
then it also comes down to the viewer. Haters gonna hate.
that's true.
Oh man. All right.
Yeah, yep.
All right. Let's get in some music, man. Let's listen to some Dairrokan.
That all changes starting right here and right now.
For the world has changed, and we must change with it.
Not change for change's sake, but change to preserve America's ideals.
Have we changed? Fool me once.
Dear penthouse, I never thought that this would happen to me. That I would get fucked by the entire economy. Well, you'll never believe this, 'cause it was all like a dream. Where nothing really makes sense. You wake up wondering what it means. It's not as bad as it seems. So let's give peace a chance, and we can work as a team to destroy the evidence. Seems like a victory when you suspend disbelief. 'Cause power change is illusory. Fucking truth's no relief. While the criminals slip away and blend into history. Why does it change? Change was promised to us. Why does it change? Change was promised to us. Why does it change? Change was promised to us. How is the change? Quarters mostly. Watching the world through two misguided ideas. Uncle Scam puts his finger at you. While we blind run from white collar corners. You're free to protest till your face turns blue. Economic hitmen, who we just don't recognize. That there is ruthless equations, only up to justify. Begging for change, gathering no quarter, rewriting the rules, reinforcing the order. Begging for change, shadow righteous facing neighbor. Future is ours, to take if we get there. Begging for change, we're getting no quarter, rewriting the rules, reinforcing the order. Begging for change, shadow righteous facing neighbor. Future is ours, to take if we get there. Why does it change? Change was promised to us. Why does it change? Change was promised to us. Why is the change? Change was promised to us. Where is the change?
You guys like that song?
We did. That's why we're playing it.
yeah, that was a good one.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Boy, we got some distance here. Look how pro we are. We got North Carolina, we got Florida, we got the San Ynez Valley.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, oh, you got your mask. Hello?
Oh, who farted? Okay.
Oh,
farted on
And the
the
joke
mic?
continues.
I like that.
Nice.
That's some good stuff.
What are you guys up to?
Well, everybody's just so goddamn upset about everything. Got to bring a little comedy around when you walk around Publix, you know. You're surprised how many smiles I get with her. Like, yeah, it's about time you fucking smile, isn't it? Go find some toilet paper.
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh, are you guys out in Florida? Like, is that a thing now?
I haven't wiped my ass in like a month.
Oh,
Ah.
oh, okay. All right.
That's why they're smiling.
Yeah. Hey guys, we're talking to Dairrokan from Florida. We just listened to their song "Quarters Mostly." Courtney wanted "Mother of All Horrors"
No,
since
I
it was
didn't.
Mother's Day. That's
I
what
did
you
not.
said.
I asked
you
for a
said
different
that.
song.
It's one of my favorites.
No, I didn't. I asked for another
Yeah.
song.
So before we get started, what's your gender, guys? What are you guys going by right now? What's your pronoun?
I'm him. He's me.
Yeah, I like it.
They're looking
I
at.
identify as a bar of soap.
Okay.
Well,
Great. That's Jacob from Dairrokan, and sitting there is Julian. Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Dave
there
just
we
popped
go.
his head in.
Yay.
We all know his
buddy.
pronoun
Hi.
already.
Now it's
I'm a
fucking
bag
bad.
of Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, I got a follow up question. When did you guys
Stale one.
invent punk? When did you invent
Oh
it?
yeah, we totally invented. We were first, man. 2009. There was never punk before that.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's when everyone knew
Well,
that you guys
yes.
were punk, right there, right?
Yes.
I could say that we invented a new style of punk on the Treasure Coast. I can say that. I mean,
Oh
that's-
God. Okay.
Oh God. Me.
Yeah, you know. All right. Okay, fine. Fair enough.
Good.
Yeah. So quarters mostly. When did you guys write that? I'm waiting for the answer. I think I already know it, but
Sorry, what?
when did you write that
No, that
song,
was,
Julian? Come on, hockey sticks.
Probably around 2009, I think.
And it took you how many years then? It just came out, right?
2019.
Quarters mostly
well,
took about 3 years, something like that. 2 years.
Wait, to write it?
Yeah.
To write?
No. I mean, talking about writing the lyrics, I mean, that was fairly straightforward. Because it was right after the 2008 recession. It was that's what kind of kickstarted it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, who's singing?
Julian there on the right.
Oh, I dig the voice. Very fantastic. I like it.
thank you very much.
This is
man.
Mr. Will Ridge, you guys. I'm sorry I
right.
didn't do the
that's
introductions.
okay.
We got
All
Will
right,
Ridge,
how
and
you
you guys,
doing?
and you guys
Yeah,
know
you
Jeff
rude
already.
motherfucker, or what?
I hate looking at myself. I'm a very ugly man. But
Oh,
Welcome to the
you are
podcast.
hiding.
I need the "who farted" thing on my face.
I'm gonna move that.
I wanna ask you. You never thought that Bush would happen to you? Is that the quote? I never thought Bush would happen to me.
No.
Oh, great.
That's not the exact lyric.
I apologize. But what?
You apologize for the way you look.
No, for not.
Yeah, the actual lyric is, I never thought that this would happen to me, that I would get fucked by the entire economy.
I love it.
Oh.
Okay, I'm so sorry that I said Bush.
Oh, no worries. No,
Because I thought that was interesting. Because I never thought Bush would happen to me. I never thought I'd be dealing with. Anyways, it's not about me. It's about you. I dig the
thought
song.
Bush would happen.
I really dig the song.
Well,
So
I didn't think
Well,
Trump would
thank you.
fucking happen
I mean-
for sure after.
In retrospect, it'd be
Jesus.
great to have Bush back.
He's at least a little bit of a lovable fucking idiot tyrant.
But I also think it's interesting because we're going through another recession, right now. So it's another song that, I mean, when I was listening to it this week, I was like, oh man, it's coming back around. So it's timely for this time too, this recession.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely. I mean, exactly what's going on right now. Maybe it was a. Did you start this shit?
Fucking Julian.
Did you know this?
Julian?
Yeah,
Class.
okay, I admit it. I'm a time traveler. Right.
Well, I just think it goes
Uh,
to show that like recessions happen and it keep
Oh,
it's
it shows history
cyclical.
repeats itself.
Yeah, it's
I mean, and when you take it in a more general view instead of something specific, it can be applied to many things.
right, totally. So
Now, I have a question specifically for Jacob.
okay.
Jacob, give us a walkthrough on the band. Who are the members? Who's playing what? Who's doing what?
Well, there's been a couple of different. It's taken from 2009 to 2020. We've had several. A couple of really great friends come through. But we had a prior drummer. The band originally started with Dave and our friend Ryan Stickle, and he was the drummer. And and Dave was playing the. Huh?
I just cleared my throat. Sorry.
Oh, do it on the microphone so I can stop what I'm saying.
I didn't fucking do it. I turned up, weighing everything.
Set me up for a fail if you could.
that's good.
Oh, the original band it all started essentially with Dave and Ryan Stickle, and then I kind of came into the mix playing bass loosely, and then Darth Vader showed up, the
Okay.
Death Star.
Very good.
This might take a minute.
Okay.
And then I showed up for a little bit, played bass. I wrote a couple songs. We ended up having a little bit of a change up. Ryan Stickle took off, and we brought Jules in. I was on drums, and we kind of did a back and forth between he and I, where I would play bass and he would play drums for a little bit, and then we swapped over.
No,
and
the record
album came in.
the album came out, and it's called Now.
Now with Wheels.
Now with Wheels.
Yeah.
Could you just a quick little synopsis, maybe?
Right. So that came from a show called Mr. Show with Bob and David, the APO show.
I was telling you about that earlier.
Okay,
You got it.
okay.
Yeah.
Will would fucking love it. He's never heard of it.
So anyway, most of our stuff, a lot of our stuff is kind of based around comedy. So we have a lot of references for Bob and David. A lot of them.
Very good.
A lot throughout the album. There are a lot of jokes. A lot of songs are named after their quotes and stuff like that. So
Now, Jeb told me that you guys, Jeb said that you were all in a band a long time ago. You were called.
Yeah, we were in a couple of bands. Yeah.
Dicks for Dildos? Or
What?
was?
No.
What was the quote? Or what was it?
Get it right.
Death Wish Dildos.
Oh,
man.
Death Wish Dildos. That was a band you guys were in.
Although
You haven't heard of us?
I do think that Dicks for Dildos.
Dicks
is
for
like, that's like community.
That's the name of the album.
Hey, that might be our next project.
Death Wish Dildos. Yeah,
I like
Jeff,
that better.
Feel free to play something if you want. If you want to take your.
No, we're good.
I actually.
What up?
I just watched Rudy Will Await Your
Oh.
Foundation yesterday.
Dude, so, yeah, I pulled it out yesterday a little bit. The album, the Death Wish Dildo album, not the dick.
Actually, these kind of look like peepees, don't they?
A little bit.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Oh, those are peepees.
Yeah, sit on it.
Gotta use
Put that in your mouth, Julian.
So, anyways, but going back to that, back to the band thing, because
Anyway.
all of us have been in a lot of bands together. So, how many bands separately have you been in? Like each one of you? Because I know that you.
24.
Well,
Jeez.
I think that you're lying, but I know Jacob's been in a lot.
Which person? I mean,
Well, all of you, like Jacob, for you, for
just number.
example.
We've been in all the bands all the time.
That's what I'm
everywhere.
saying. Like,
Yes, you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, look us up. We're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're in the first band, and we'll be in the last band.
Yeah. Until it's done.
because I mean, the first band that I was
got
ever
it.
in, Jacob was in. So that was Signal 20.
I've been in a whole lot of bands, but most of them have been in Vero Beach here.
Yeah.
If I sat there and named them, I mean, I can if you want, but it'll be.
No, but like, just how many?
super
Like
awful.
10? Are you at like 20?
I would say, and I'm in the teens, yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say. I'm
Yeah,
in
as
the
far
teens.
as bands that you played and sat in for and everything.
Anything
yeah,
I played a
I
show
mean,
in.
shit.
Mhm.
I mean, that's pretty much what I would, you know.
You need a song about the story of Everest, please.
The story of the story of Mount Everest.
Right,
The story
right.
of the story.
Well, we
It's
got a
so
whole other album coming.
slapstick, it kills me every time.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
rewind it over and over. Oh.
Yeah, I think Julian thinks that everyone can see him in the podcast.
Yeah,
He's just
he's
showing
leaning
things,
over this way.
showing things to the camera.
It's like,
Yeah. Oh, there
Hey,
he is.
feel it. Just
Okay,
feel
so I
it.
think we're recording and stuff.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
recording.
yeah.
What did you think was happening?
Oh, I don't know, man.
he's trying to quarantine.
Yeah, I gotta.
Dave?
Re-quarantine?
Yeah. Get locked away
All
for
right,
3
so
days,
where
come
do we-
back alive.
Where do we leave off here?
You were talking about like the new stuff that you had coming out, right?
Yeah, Hunting with Dick Cheney.
Oh yeah, Hunting with Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, fine. We'll start there.
Okay.
So, we have 3 new songs
Okay.
that are ready to slice and dice the eardrums, ear candy. No, we're doing pretty well actually during this quarantine thing. We are fortunate enough to have a pretty large warehouse, and you know, it's just a couple of us, so we can space out pretty decent. And
Nice.
we've been definitely putting some some tread on the road, if you know what I mean.
But what about Dairrokan? Dairrokan? How
Okay,
do you say it?
hold on a moment.
Talking about Dairrokan.
Okay,
Just
but
Dairrokan, buddy.
why did you guys
Are we
pick?
talking about Honey
Look at your
Cheney?
fucking shirt.
I am wearing the shirt.
Honey Dick Cheney's about to have a fucking whole album recorded. We got a whole bunch of shit. We're not talking about Honey Dick Cheney.
God damn it.
Okay, why did you guys pick that name that's hard to spell and hard to say? Just asking.
It's my fault.
No, okay, but why? What's the story behind that?
Because it sticks out.
It's my fault, Courtney. I apologize on behalf of everyone that has ever had to spell it on social media to find us. It's my fault.
Well,
I'm the jerk. This guy.
Could you say it? Could you just say it?
It's Dairrokan. not
Dairrokan.
Yeah.
Although our koozie says Dairrokan, and the other one's going to say it.
But
what we do, we're going to make another koozie for koozie for koozie, and it's all the different ways that people fuck up our name.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, that's a great idea.
But Dairrokan is like a...
Dairrokan.
Is it
So it's a Japanese word. It's a
is it
Japanese
creature?
word. It's a Japanese word that means intuition or sixth sense.
Okay.
Basically, your third eye, your
I like it.
the thing that kind of keeps you in tune, if you will.
Okay.
Well, I like
I
the
guess I
name,
will.
like when you put it that way, but it's really hard to spell and really hard to say.
Well, that's how you know it's a good name. You don't know how to spell it. You don't know how to say it. You don't know what it means.
I know. I
Perfect.
mean, for the first, before I had joined it, I looked at, I was like, Dairrokan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I thought it was.
Live or die rockin'.
Well, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jacob, some people call you the mayor of Vero Beach. How do you respond to that?
Try to be the president of the United States.
Well, we saw your campaign years back, but unfortunately, Facebook suspended your account. So
I don't know about the mayor of Vero Beach, but I know I got 6 votes.
Are you the Tiger
so-
King?
What's that?
I don't know what the mayor of Vero Beach means. What do you mean?
No.
You talking about Rhett Palmer?
What, Palmer?
Rhett Palmer is the radio mayor of Vero Beach.
Oh. Well, I think you're the drum major. So, no,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
vote for
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Jesus Christ. All right, so all right.
Well,
so,
hold on. Before you split out of here,
I'm not splitting. I
No,
was
we've
gonna,
got trivia.
Yeah, we got
You're
some
not
questions for
control
you
here.
guys. Will,
What say you?
what do you
I've been
mean?
listening to your new stuff,
Yeah,
and
and
how you feeling about it?
I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
I think it sounds like tits.
Oh well, thank you, buddy.
I like the way his tits sound.
Tits, well,
I do.
Damn it.
you know how tits sound.
Hey, I'm going to ask you
Sound
I
like
gotta ask you a couple questions if you don't mind, and I hope you know this, but if you don't feel bad. But the United States of America is made up of how many states?
50, technically 1, but we don't count Puerto Rico.
Okay, good. You are correct, sir.
Territory.
You did well. I'm happy to hear that, and I got one more for you. How many legs does a spider have?
Which spider?
Well,
Do you think
the
different
one
spiders
with
have
its
different
legs.
types? Wait, do they have different?
You think they all have the same legs?
Yeah, they all have the same amount of
Yeah,
legs,
that's-
unless you're torturing
I mean,
them.
I know what it
Spider in
is.
the world has the same amount of legs?
I know the
Yes.
answer, but I just
They're arachnids, Jacob. It's 8.
it
Thank
is
you
yes.
very
We definitely
much.
failed this
Yeah.
interview.
You guys did much
I
better than
think
my brother
spiders
last
in the
week.
ocean, they got more legs.
Yeah, all right, that's true.
Yeah.
Where do you think fireworks were invented? And I will give you a ABC choice. A, New Zealand,
China.
and it's definitely China. Yes.
You didn't even need that.
You didn't need a lifeline.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know this is grade school
I've got the
trivia, so
best
you're doing really
words.
well.
This grade school trivia. These guys are way too smart for that.
Okay.
And here's a real hard one for me, or for maybe. What is the main character of a story called? A villain, B, an author, C, a protagonist, or D, anti-hero?
This is the easiest questions yet.
This is fucking grade school
Yeah.
shit.
Where
Protagi is what
where
I'm
did
hearing.
you find these fucking
We
questions?
found them on the internet, bud.
They
Is
were
it a
tougher last
protagonist?
week.
Protagonist.
Okay, I got one that's gonna stump them. I got
Wait,
one.
They said protagonists.
Yeah,
I
they.
barely graduated high school. I know that's it.
Okay, it's
I got,
protagonist.
I
you're
got one
correct.
that's just for Jacob and Julian, and Jesus Dave is not allowed to weigh in. And this is a question that I tailored just for you guys.
Right.
Tell us all your social media links.
Sorry, what?
Your
What are
social
all
media?
your social media links?
What the fuck is the internet?
Jesus Dave is not allowed
He
to weigh
knows.
in.
He knows, but he
Okay,
can't.
I'm back. So Facebook.com/Dairrokan. exactly how Jeb's name or shirt is spelled out. And then
Which, once again, people aren't going to see this, but that's fine.
well, they can read it. Like blind people read.
Diarrokan.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
spelled it out.
it's not that difficult to spell.
You can Google search it, right?
You're not Japanese?
No, I don't even speak Japanese.
We're on Spotify. Look it up.
Do the rest of them.
Well, hold on. Instagram, Dairrokan Music. Again, good luck with the spelling. That's my fault. Dave's a jerk for naming the band. And then YouTube's, we got a video up for Mother of All Horrors. That's
Courtney's
Dairrokan.
favorite.
Yeah. I mean, it's appropriate for today, right?
It is, right?
And tomorrow. And tomorrow. That's what's
And
so
every
great
day.
And
it's
then,
the gift that keeps on giving.
You can find us on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, like all that shit too.
Okay, Dave, before you move out of the picture, hey, how's married life, dude?
I am totally living the dream, Courtney. I'm serious. I got to
She
get
took off when we started this shit. She bailed. The dream.
She's like, I'm out. As soon as the boy showed up, she's like, I'm out.
Awesome.
No, I'm living the dream. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I'm it's newlywed life. It's still good.
That's good.
I want to say before you guys cut out of this thing, I love you guys very much. It's very good to see you.
It's good to see you.
It's very good to meet you.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day, Courtney.
Thank you.
Mother's Day,
Yeah,
Courtney.
happy Mother's Day.
All right, guys. Hey, we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Take care.
Deuces.
Bye. Hey, this is Dairrokan saying, stay at home. Go piss in your neighbor's yard.
All right, later.
Bye.
All right. Yeah. Hey, so that was it. That was Dairrokan. That was Jacob and Julian and Jesus Dave. That was their song Quarters Mostly. You can find it on all their stuff, as you heard them talking about. Those are my best friends from back home, as it were.
Yeah.
So I was glad to get them on here and talk with us. The middle song that we heard, song number 2, was the Working Class Stiffs.
And they are a 4-piece ska punk band out of Niagara Falls in New York. You can check them out on Facebook or listen to them on any of the streaming sites.
Okay, and then the first song that we heard was Good Luck Ugly.
And they are an American rock band from Orange County. They are working on a 3rd album. You can find them on their website, goodluckugly.com, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, Spotify, Garage, Bandcamp, or whatever.
All right, and Will, do you have something to add over there?
No, stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Stay safe, stay home.
Jeff, any last thoughts?
Did you have that written down, Will?
I know he's reading the paper. That's why I asked him. Hey, okay, we're Sounds Like Nonsense podcast. Look us up on all the social medias. Get us on Spotify, iTunes. We just posted the one, our first one today, this morning. Check us out. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
Later, Jeff.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
See ya.